Alright, what's up guys? This is Mash, the Stampede. I'm gonna do a very quick unboxing card opening video today. As you guys probably know because of the title, I got a couple of cool things. But yeah, ahead of time I just want to say I was waiting for some camera equipment to come in that was gonna potentially help out with the stream quite a bit. It hasn't arrived, and also I am running into some jank with my camera, so I apologize if there's any technical issues in this. I hope this looks pretty decent. I also changed up the overlay a little bit. But before we move on, I'm also going to just mention again, if you enjoy content like this, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to put in any kind of music into this video, so if you guys want to throw up a playlist, feel free to pull up some music on the side while you watch this video. That's what I tend to do, is just leave this music free for you guys. So yeah, Gundam just released GD03, and I actually got my second box. I didn't do a video or anything for the first box, but yeah, I got the Steel Requiem GD03 booster box. I got one of these to open. I actually thought I was going to have two for this video, but they've actually been a little bit hard to come by. I also got two regular GD02 dual impact booster packs. And I won another tournament, and I'm really stoked about this one, actually. Maybe in a future video I could kind of go over my tournament win experience. I definitely learned a little bit. I feel like things definitely played out in my favor, obviously, if I won. But yeah, I would be happy to talk more about that. So I'm going to open this last in the grand tradition, so we'll see what I get later. But to start off, let's do a little quick appetizer. This is the last set for the Gundam card game, Gundam GD02 Dual Impact. And I've opened quite a few of these. I think in total I've done 3 boxes of GD03, because I got 2 of them pretty early on after launch, and then towards the end, Bandai did a reprint, which was awesome, because then suddenly you could get these boxes for really cheap. I'm just gonna let that go ahead and focus. Sorry, skipped one. It's cool to see these cards again because I haven't opened GD02 product in a while. Fortunately, I feel like I gotten the most out of anything. I've gotten the most of these Haman's Gaza Sea. At first, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool! I actually like the card. I like the character Haman." And it's a rare, so it's it's shiny. It's got to be good. But I have like 1,000 of those. And there is our regular resource. I'm still collecting a few of those resources. Just a couple of them. Just gonna let the camera focus. Now, I did plan to get 3 boxes for GD03 as well. I think I have a lot of what I already want from the first box, save for like the really big ones, which I'm thinking I could probably just get the rest of them. By buying singles. And we have a Garrett and Tifa. And another Elmet. This, I feel like at some point this card was like $10, maybe? It's super cheap now. It has no value. Oh, that's interesting. There's no, there's no other resource. Okay, so those GD02 packs didn't end up to be very much. But of course, that's not what we're here for. We're here for this guy. That focus, there you go. As you could see, it's 12 plus 1 cards per booster pack. I think when they mean by plus 1, it's just one of them is a token or a resource. And it's a total of 24 packs per booster box. Unlike some of the other Bandai product out there, for the Gundam booster boxes, you don't get like a bonus pack inside. I've opened some Union Arena, and those boxes tend to have 1 extra pack that comes with it. But yeah. Oh. That's gonna mean something to somebody. Okay, cool. Throw that to the side. Yeah, I cannot wait to see what I got in here. There's been some really cool pulls that all the people in the discords that I've been to have been sharing, and I'm pretty stoked about it for them. But I'm hoping for something cool. I'm hoping for like an Ultron alt art. That would be really great. I'd also hope for an SP, but those are going to be the rarest. Now, one thing they introduced with this box, if I'm not mistaken, is now you can set it up in the store display style, which for someone at home, this really doesn't matter. You're just going to go into it. It's not like you're selling it, but it does make it pretty cool in shop for any store owners out there. But yeah, so this was actually courtesy of my friend Mr. Hasu. We go to many different events. They picked this up for me at a different. Actually, I'm sorry, it was from our friend Ray Ray. He got this for me, so I definitely appreciate that, because otherwise we wouldn't have a video today. Again, the only other box I was able to get, I already opened because I just couldn't wait for it, and I also thought I would have an easier time getting more of them. Sorry, that camera's a little bit laggy, but yeah. So let's get into it. 24 packs, and then I'll get the win pack out of the way too. All right, start with number one, fresh out of the box, hoping for something cool. There are cards called SPs, which are incredibly rare. You don't have a very high chance of getting them, but I've already seen a bunch of people get SP cards at some of the shops that I go to. They just share that out. There's Gundam Heavy Arms. I really am sad that this Gundam Heavy Arms is not really going to be that useful. I feel like pretty much all of the main Gundam pilots have gotten a pretty rough go of it recently. No one really uses Death Sight anymore. Sandrock doesn't really have like a good thing for it, and Heavy Arms just has the three. I think it's like a 4-level cost 3 that came out in GD02. A lot of people like those because of the deploy effect, but otherwise, unfortunately, there's just isn't. The Gundam Wing Boys, they just don't get a lot of love if you're not Chang or Hero. Anyway, we have improved technique. Been on the receiving end of that quite a few times recently. And a nice Kyrios. Of course, there was the Celestial Drive starter deck that came out recently. I think I did a video of that. I don't remember. I got 2 of them, and I got super lucky. I got both the Exia LR Plus, and then I got the Dynamis LR Plus, and I pretty much don't need to buy another one of those, because now I have a full set of all the cards, and I got the 2 most valuable promos. I still can't believe that happened to me. But yeah, very lucky there. Hopefully getting lucky this Gundam NT1. I've seen some of the people that run Amuro and Grandpa Gundam. I've seen some of them already replace Grandpa Gundam with this, but I feel like is it worth it with having to wait an extra level and pay 1 more cost? You do get to link with someone else though, which is nice. And I think isn't it like it's Grandpa Gundam isn't a 4/4 when it comes to AP health, so maybe it is a little bit better. But I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think anybody would switch over from the regular Grandpa Gundam. All these cards so far have been pretty interesting. I haven't had anything from here specifically that I could use to beef up my my deck that I currently use. Definitely not the deck that I won with. I remember in the beginning, everybody was talking about Zaft and how Zaft is going to be so much better because of the Providence Gundam, which I already have 1. I think I have 2 copies of it, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, everyone was talking about that. I still would like to play Zaft, but I'm seeing a lot of folks on Reddit say that if you think that Zaft is going to be a big thing in this GD03 era meta of Gundam, the Gundam card game, you're delusional. So I don't know. I guess we'll kind of have to see. I'm not at the stage where I have enough experience with card games where I can really build decks and stuff. So I kind of have to go off of what the meta is. So there's AL Strike Gundam. We obviously have something coming up, which is a LR of Graham's Union Flag Custom. Real quick, I don't think that's anything crazy, but real quick, I also think the AL Strike Gundam, this is something that I debated putting into my deck. In the same way that I just said, I can't believe people are switching from Grandpa Gundam Standard to the new one. I almost considered putting this into my deck, but I kind of decided against it. I don't know if we're, I don't know if we're gonna really benefit too much from the effects on that. Unfortunately, it pairs. There's something to do with the Triple Alliance class, and when I looked at the green-white meta that I play, the green-white deck profile that I play, almost nothing has Triple Alliance. So the only way you would really get that effect is because you would have already played another one, or if I played Justice. But Justice I can't play until turn 7, so it would be nice to have it. I could always experiment with it online and see how it goes, but I just haven't had the time to really do much of that. Jupitris. That's a really nice looking picture. And that is I definitely want to get the C+ of this. If there's any C+ I get from today, I hope it's that one. I think usually the boxes will give you at least one C+. I'm not 100% sure on that, how that works. Okay. This is an interesting... Okay, whenever the camera focuses. Again, I apologize for that. This is a very interesting one. I like the art style, or I like the art, and it's cool to me because I'm almost halfway done with Gundam Seed. So I've basically just a couple episodes shy of Gundam Seed, like the first 50 episodes, and then I'm going to move on to Seed Destiny. Speaking of which, there's Rala Crusade. And there's a red Gundam, and that's so nothing too crazy in here. I'm going to have to organize everything, like, really nice. I guess I forgot to show it off, but I went to my local shop and I got these. So I'm going to utilize this and other card dividers to basically separate everything. I didn't want to do this because it would be such a time-consuming thing, but it would be nice to look at my bulk bin and immediately be able to see what's GD01, GD02, GD03, and by color. So... after I get done with this, I'm obviously not going to do that on stream. I'm going to organize these by color, and then I'll put them away where I will eventually move on to organize the whole lot of it with my my bulk binder. I like the Awakened Potential. I like the Awakened Potential art. I was definitely considering putting this in my deck because I play green and white. However, I don't know. I think it's one of those things you're not going to get the value of it unless you have 3, and I really don't have that much space in my deck to begin with right now, so we'll kind of see what's up. I'm going to go to another tournament at the place where I won last week and kind of see how things go, but I'm going to have to tweak my deck as is because I really, really do feel like I just got super lucky with the opponents that I got paired up with and the decks that I got paired up against, so... we'll see what happens. We have a regular R and another R and a resource. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to make a pile of the LRs, and then if I hit something nice, obviously they'll go in a top loader and a penny sleeve. Now, I will say one of the boxes that I got, unfortunately, was kind of a dud. I didn't get like a lot of high-end stuff that I was interested in. Meanwhile, I was watching folks all over the place get like crazy things. So there's still a lot that I'm missing. And like I said, I'm always curious to see what new stuff I can add to my decks. Ooh, we have the Exia Trans Am modes. That's pretty good. I know people were looking for these. I have like 1 or 2, so... I might bring those for trades, potentially. Possibly. I don't imagine that I'll ever play purple. I guess except for... Right, the Celestial Being starter deck was green-purple. So I guess technically I would play purple if I ran that. But, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be a purple guy. This would be pretty cool, too. I don't technically need... to be playing clan to be able to use this, which this is nice. It gives you 2 tokens. You just have to wait a really long time for it. But my thing is like, with my deck the way that it is, I just don't have room to add like an extra thing, which if I only have one copy of it, it's essentially just going to be a wild card and you might not see it, you know? So I would love to have that. That would have come in clutch in the most recent tournament that I played, where I placed, I lost to the second place player who went undefeated, and I ended up placing 5th in the tournament. So I could have definitely used it then because I needed more bodies to save myself towards the end. But yeah, I mean, having one card like that is really not going to do much for you because you have to land that 1 out of 50 cards either in your hand. And I believe it didn't have a burst either. There's a nice death sight. Again, like I said, the Gundam, the non-hero and or Chang Gundam Wing Boys did not get decent suits in this set. I think even in the last set too. So this one, I mean, you're waiting so long for this, and the effect is choose one of your Operation Meteor GTM units on deploy. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit as its attack target. I mean, that's pretty cool. That could have potentially saved me, and there's no... You don't need to worry about... like, deploying this in certain circumstances. This is just a deploy effect. You deploy it, you get that effect. But outside of that, I mean, this is such a high cost. You'd have to wait forever for this, and it really just doesn't see. Plus, linking it with Duo, the only thing you're going to get for it is that you can't have your AP modified by the opponent. So I don't really see this as much of a useful thing, although I do appreciate the card itself. And then there's this guy. This guy, I'm running into O Gundams, and people love to link them with this guy and just absolutely wreck your day. That O Gundam is so scary when used correctly. So, yeah, I mean, I am playing Gundam TCG I am participating in the Gundam TCG not only as like a player, but also as a collector. So even if we get cards for the Gundam Wing Boys that don't matter, I still can keep them. I'm keeping a special binder that's basically trying to do one copy of each card that's related to the Gundam Wing universe, at least one copy. So, you know, I could use that. I could put that away. I'm glad I have it, but it's just a shame that they're not very useful. And I think I already have this one. It's the Graza Ein. I am pretty sure I have this, so this will likely just go to trades. Like I said, I was looking forward more to the Dynamis. When they revealed the entire lineup of all the resource with like a Gundam unit or a mobile suit unit on it that were going to be participating in GD03, I was kind of underwhelmed by the selection because I just didn't know the vast majority of them. So whatever that is, I don't know where it's from. It does look pretty cool, but yeah, there just aren't a lot of them that I'm crazy into. At least I recognized more so of the ones from GD01 and 2. Well, there it is, Gryzine and the Bridge Crew. And there's a regular. Those are not LRs either. So far, only 2 LRs, only 1 C+. It's really shaping up to be so far. Felt like I got better pulls when I did GD02 stuff. And when I got that GD02 reprint box, which I do hope that they'll reprint for GD03, but when I got that GD02 reprint box, it was just so nice. I was getting fantastic pulls. From that one box, I got basically everything that I wanted. All right, it looks like we have something cool here. After this, I think that's a She Gundam. And we have... Nice! Okay, this is one again, I'm just getting into Seed, so this is definitely one that I'm stoked about getting. It's just an R+. I think this one is maybe somewhere in the vein of like 20 to 30 bucks, something like that. Right now, it's probably more value than it's going to rest at, you know, once more people get boxes. But just the art on this is crazy. This is definitely not going to be a for sale. This is something that I am... Oops, this is definitely something that I am going to hold on to, part of my Keeps collection. Again, I just started to watch Seed, and I love how Seed has really been getting blessed with a lot of the releases lately. Oh, I also... Where is it? I found it really funny that a lot of people were looking out for this token, the ad balloon token, and this ended up being like it's the most expensive out of all of the tokens right now. So as a joke, I just put this in this cool magnetic holder. I have a whole pack of these, but I never used one of them yet. So I was gonna play with this at the most recent event, but it turned out that that wasn't sealed, so I didn't actually need this. But yeah, these ad balloons have kind of been hard to find for some folks. I got really lucky recently where at the most recent event I went to, we had there was a box of Gundam cards in there. They were all at least rare, and that token was in there. And the box said 5 for $1. So I essentially got a second one of those for a 20-cent discount, which is 20 cents, which is a big discount. So pretty stoked about that. I actually like the card that is used with, so I will definitely keep an eye on that if I get any more. There's Peace Million, the deck that's definitely causing a lot of discussion on Reddit, whether you should use it or not. I think this one might be worth putting in as a single, but, we'll see what happens. It could have potentially saved me at the last tournament I played, maybe, possibly. Oh, we got our next LR. We got the G-Quux Omega Saikamu. Very nice. People have pointed this out in the past, but these textured LRs are just so nice. As somebody who came from sports cards, I'm like blown away at how nice the cards are in Gundam TCG. I wish that Panini, with their NASCAR stuff, would get it together and make some really, really nice textured cards like these. But at least I have Gundam for that. These cards just look phenomenal. I also like the Union Arena stuff too. I don't play Union Arena. I just collect at this time. But yeah, I do like the Union Arena cards too. They also have nice textured patterns and textures to them and stuff. Good designs. Okay, another Penelope and an LR Freedom Gundam. So that's something I could potentially use. While this unit is rested, friendly shields can't receive battle damage from enemy units. This actually is pretty cool. It's just, again, like, I don't know how I can restructure. I'll say this. There's like 2 or 3 of these type of cards that I would love to put in my green-white deck, but I just don't know how I can restructure it. I wish I had more time to goof around with, setups for decks and play TCG and stuff like that, because I just can never... I feel like every time a set comes out, there's a million cards I want to run, and I'm never going to get to the bottom of which ones would be the best and which ones would be the most worthwhile to put into my deck and to kind of switch things around without being able to invest dozens of hours into testing all of this stuff. I also, this card is really interesting too. So the Justice Gundam, we had that before. This is a higher level version. It's the Justice Gundam Meteor. So when you link this with Atherin, which unfortunately right now Atherin is only a red pilot, which means you would be locked to use this a full effect to its fullest. You would be locked to a red-white deck because this is a white card. But yeah, if you link it with Atherin, you can choose 1 to 3 enemy units with 3 or less HP, and you get to return them to the owner's hand. That would be so awesome if I could use this when I'm playing my green-white deck and I am down, like no cards in my hand. I pull this, I already have an Atherin, and the other person has like 4 people spread out. So I would just drop this and totally clear out the field and essentially buy me some time. But yeah, you basically need red-white to be able to use that. All right, we got the Zaku 2 and Battle of Aces. That is a very nice looking R+. There's an R+ on that one. Let me just double check. Yep, R+. Oh my god, no, sorry. This isn't just an R+. This is an SP. It actually says it. If you guys can focus it in. The camera doesn't show it that well, but it says SP before any of the other stuff. So that is actually something that you only have like one or two, a couple times throughout a case to be able to hit. So this is kind of a big deal. I'll top load it for now. I don't know if this is one of the more expensive ones, but I think it's cool that I got one of them. There we go. I don't know anything about this. The person that's involved in this Battle of Aces previously was, I think it was Kira that was on there, or Atherin on the last version. But lately, what Bandai has been doing is that they'll re-release the same card, which this is the same Battle of Aces. They'll re-release the same card, but they'll change the art, and it'll be from like another series. So I'll take a look at that. I'm not committed to that one. As far as the SPs go, I definitely was more interested in the one with Setsuna on it from 00. That was the most interesting one to me. So I would potentially look into trading that one. But cool to hit an SP nonetheless. Like I said, I was looking at all the discords from the game shops that I'm a part of, and it was like people were hitting God packs, people were hitting SPs, and I'm just sitting here thinking like, crap, I wish I could just get like another box or two and get in on some of that fun. Oh, they added a new Kshatriya. I thought that was pretty interesting, but this one is blue. So in the past, the Kshatriyas have been red. That's still fine because I feel like most people that use Merida are running red-blue anyway. So it's probably like an easy fit into their deck, but, you know, at this stage of the game, I don't feel like a lot of these cards are good enough on their own that most people are going to switch to like 4 to replace like the version from GD01 or GD02 of that suit. I guess one of the exceptions would be the thing I mentioned earlier when I played someone that was already switching to the NT1 as opposed to the Grandpa Gundam, but still. Ooh, nice. We got an LRG Fred and a G-Fred token, so that would probably be because of the effect he has. I do like the design on the G-Fred. Again, I'm not familiar with it because I haven't watched a lot more of the Gundam series. I guess technically the newest one that I've watched is like 00. No, it'd be Unicorn, I think. It'd be either 00 or Unicorn. Also technically I saw an Iron-Blooded Orphans movie, but I didn't watch. I watched that out of like sequence, not having watched the whole thing, so you know, I don't really count it. I don't count having watched that. Another Zaku 2 with the Santa. Ooh, another Ultron. Ultron. I'm definitely gonna take advantage of this card. I want 4 of them for sure, and I already have, I think, 2 or 3. I may have 3 of this, so this might be my 4th one. But yeah, there is a deck that I'm working on that takes advantage of that. Takes advantage of that card, so we'll just have to have a look-see, I guess. Also, one thing I want to kind of knock against Bandai, though, is while I feel like they do a pretty good job of releasing these cards, more or less, I would criticize them on some availability of stuff. I really don't like, when I think about it, I really don't like that they have... they've already started to show off the GD04 things. It's like GD03 just came out, and then within a week, we're already seeing spoilers for the next set. I mean, that just doesn't really instill a lot of confidence in this box set. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing that, but yeah, there's the big monster that's been scaring me and knocked me out of a potential second place finish this past weekend. Had a great game, by the way. That was a fantastic game. I was super nervous because the whole time it's just like I was basically playing the meta deck profile, whatever you call it, that I'm worst against, and yeah, like I just I didn't know what to do against the O Gundam. I faced people that used the O Gundam before, but not like that. So it was very scary. There he is, the O. Very interesting looking card. All right, we're down to our last 2 packs. Already hit an SP and an R+ that I was looking for. So we'll see what we have here. Let's see, a second SP. Let's see a God pack. I want a God pack with that beautiful Ultron alt art in it. I think out of all of them, that's probably what I'm looking forward to most. And if I ever got another SP, I would love for it to be the Setsuna SP with the helmet. It just looks so nice. What a cool looking base. I love when the bases are hollow. And then we have, ooh, a camphor. Okay. We got an LR plus camphor. Okay, that's probably going to be the last big thing here. I don't know anything about this unit, but I absolutely love the way this card looks. I'm going to go ahead and put that into a nice sleeve. One of the Discords I was in, I know people were kind of sick of hitting this card, but this is the first one that I had. I hope I don't get more of them. I hope this is it. I don't need like 10 of them or whatever. But that is a really nice card to own. Even if I don't know it or you want to utilize it, I probably wouldn't trade or sell it just because it just looks so nice. Anyway, last pack of the box. Let's see what I got. And if I ever get another one of these boxes, I will probably wait to do another video for it. I don't know. I feel like one box isn't enough to do for a whole video. It's about 30 minutes. I know it's not a bad thing for a video to be on the shorter side, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. I feel like with an opening of boxes, you want to see someone that's got more than one. So we have this and then a card behind it. Gundam X Divide. That's interesting. Did we have 3? No, we didn't have 3. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. These are not LRs. And now I have a huge stack. I'm going to go ahead and run over these cards one more time. So the LRs that I got, we got the O, Ultron, G-Fred, Freedom Gundam, G-Quux, Trans Am, and the Graham's Union Flag Custom. Again, these are all really cool and nice and textured and stuff. Over time, those will all probably be worth like maybe $5 or $6 or something. The resource that I got, the nice resource that I got, the C+, was for the Graz Ein. That appears to be number 29 for the set. We got the Camphor LR+. And we got the R+, Awakened Potential. So out of all of this, that's probably my favorite card that I hit. But the coolest, like most rare card, obviously, is the SP R+ Battle of Aces. That thing just looks really fantastic. But because I'm not familiar with whoever this is and wherever they're from, I'll probably put this up to just trade it to someone. But yeah, cool to get an SP. Cool to get some nice LRs and stuff. I was hoping, obviously, for like an Ultron plus maybe a different SP, maybe definitely a different resource because I think I have that. But yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. I still have yet to get a God Pack either. But what I do have, as I said, I'd save it for the end, is the Store Tournament Winner Pack. So I went back to one of the places where I did a release event for Gundam GD03. So they basically do, this one was sealed. So what they do is they give you a bunch of sealed packs. You create a deck based off of the packs that you got. And yeah, and then you make a deck on the spot, essentially. You don't know what cards you're going to get. And you face off. And while I didn't do too good there, I kind of thought, well, I like the place. So let me go back for one of their weeklies with Constructed. And I did. And my first game went by really quick. It was a blue-white. I played green-white, but I was facing a blue-white. Usually I don't do so well versus those. But I pulled it out. I think that one was pretty close, and that was like the first time that I saw the O, that I saw this card in play. And yeah, I don't remember too much about that match because it just went by so fast. The second game I had blue-purple, which definitely made me nervous because that's also a deck profile that I'm not very good against, but I did pretty well. It sounded like both of my opponents didn't have good draws. And in the third game, it was a clan deck, which I usually do pretty well against. I think I've beaten every clan deck that I've faced at a tournament, and I do pretty well against them online. But on top of that, he also didn't have a good draw. So we finished the game, and I was like, oh man, so I just got 3 in a row. That is nuts. Are we going to go to 4? And it was like, nope, the store owner just came over. He gave me a couple packs, and then he gave me this winner card. So this is now the second win since I started playing Gundam. I'm really excited. Let's take a look at what this is. I hope it's Visionary, Tactical Visionary. That was the one. That was one that I almost got at another event because I got second place. I have Death Sight. I have T Area, so I don't want those because they'd be repeats. But let's take a look at what it is. And ooh, it is the Ale Strike Gundam, the one that I was just talking about earlier. That is some fantastic art. It's a really great card. And while it's not Tactical Visionary, because I really wanted that one because I felt like I had such a good chance to win it, but I came in second. The winner got that. I'm still happy with this. I'm just glad that it's not one of the ones that I already got. It wasn't Death Sight. It wasn't T Area. It is the Ale Strike Gundam winner. Gonna go ahead and add that to my collection. I'll put that in a nice top loader, and I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get off of this video right now. I got a bunch of cards to sort and put away and do some other stuff. But if you guys like this video, definitely go check out my streams. I do some streams. Definitely like, comment, subscribe on the video. I'll try to be back for some more stuff. Probably do some review type videos. I probably do a little bit more on the side of Two Stupid Gamers as well. So definitely follow Two Stupid Gamers. And I would actually like to feature some matches too. So maybe the next time I go to hang out with my friends at their place, we could do some matches for the Gundam card game, and we could do a quick little video for this. Who knows? Maybe it'll go here, maybe it'll go on TSG. But whatever the case is, I do thank you guys for checking me out today, watching the video. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments what you think of some of these polls. Let me know if you've got anything cool, like an SP or something, if you got one of the GD03 boxes. I want to hear your experiences, so definitely like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to follow me on Twitch as well, because that's where I do stream, and check out, like I said, Two Stupid Gamers. That's me and my friend's channel. So that's it. I'm Master Stampede. I will see you guys next time.